Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this exciting webinar on Lepton Telecom Solutions. My name is Nancy, and I'm delighted to be your host. Before we dive into our session, let me give you a quick overview of what we will be covering today. Quick view on current market trends in fiber business, challenges faced by telcos in fiber lifecycle management, understanding on how Lepton Solutions will help us to digitize survey into inventory process. Also, I want you to let you know that we will have two Q&A sessions during this webinar. The first Q&A session will be in the middle, where you can type your questions in the Q&A session box and we will address them. The second Q&A session will be at the end of the webinar, giving you the another opportunity to ask remaining questions. Going forward, I am thrilled to introduce our speaker, Satyajit Padnekar. Satyajit heads the Lepton's telecom business of Africa region. With his extensive experience and in-depth knowledge, Satyajit will guide us through today's topics and will share valuable feedback and insights on leveraging the Lepton Telecom for your business. Satyajit, welcome to this webinar. We are excited to have you with us.
Good morning, Nancy, and good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So thank you, Nancy, for the quick introduction, and thank you all attendees to give us your valuable time to attend this webinar and allow us opportunity to present our solution for digital transformation of your fiber ecosystem. So the introduction is already given for me. Thank you, Nancy, again for that. I'm here. I'm heading Africa market in Lepton, and some of you might be knowing me. And yes, for many of you, it's a new introduction. So in today's webinar, we are planning to cover the overall process of digitizing your FTTx life cycle, starting from the survey to the inventory process in a centralized way. So these are the contents. These are the contents which we are going to cover into the webinar. We will start with the Lepton overview. People who are new to Lepton, this is for them to get the quick overview about Lepton. Then the Lepton product portfolio, the current market trends and analysis, and the challenges the fiber telcos are facing into the market. The traditional and advanced methods of data mapping. Introduction of the network access. The network access is a product which basically widely used globally for our fiber ecosystems. Then different models of network access. Then we will look the entire process from the fiber survey to the inventory in detail, and finally the advantages and the benefits of the Lepton. So basically, this particular webinar is for all who are working into the fiber domain, who are doing the fiber planning, designing, and even the building the network and helping the respective organization to build the strengths of the high bandwidth availability. So to start with the quick overview on the Lepton. So Lepton Software Export and Research Private Limited is the name of our organization, and we are pretty old into this industry. We are 30+ year olds, and we are pioneer into location intelligence and analytics. So it means if you require any kind of mappings, products, software, even the mobile application, digital maps, we do provide those in the industry, not only in the telecom, but for almost 8+ different industries across the domain. We are a group of 500+ people. Our headquarters is in New Delhi, Gurgaon, that is the capital of India, and majorly our employee strength in our product experts, data engineers, GIS specialists. Apart from India, we have the sales offices in the 5 different countries, starting from US, UK, UAE, Australia, and Singapore. Globally, we are serving almost 250+ customers in Asia, in Middle East, in Africa, and even in the Europe. And to cover all the time zones of our customers, we do have dedicated 24/7 technical support if you wish to reach out to Lepton team and take some assistance. So first come to the telecom portfolio. So these are our in-house product development. We are almost developing software products for more than almost 20 years now. So these are the three major different products what we have. The first one is a network access. The network access is the solution which is useful for the plan, design, organize, and even for the operation and maintenance and the business expansion. You can use the network access as a software. This is a product which focus in the today's webinar, and we will go into the more detail about the network access in the upcoming session. Then there is a Neo 360. The Neo 360 is basically GIS-based analytics tool, which is very useful to extract your outcome from the multiple data sources. The Neo 360 will connect with the multiple data sources and aggregate the information on the map level, and will give the ability for the planning and the operation team to efficiently save their cost in terms of capex and opex. RF maps. The RF maps is our the product from which we started our business. This is nothing but the elevation profile of the earth or the building footprints, and this product is widely used in the wireless planning from 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G also. In 5G, we have brought the new products called the 3D maps, where you will get the precise data information which helps the wireless planner to plan their site optimally and efficiently. This is the software deployment footprints. So when I'm saying software deployment footprint, so this is majorly for the network access. So this product is basically deployed in 30+ countries across the world. In India, we have almost 90% of market share. The India itself is the one big market in globally, but apart from India, we are present in Middle East, Africa, Europe, and even the Asia. As this webinar is for the fiber network, if I consider all the deployment across the world, we have mapped almost 150+ million kilometers of fiber in our solution, and through which we are serving 1 billion customers. I'll go to the market trend. So basically, what is the market trend of the current telecom field? So now the almost industry shifting, so the telecom is. So it is important for frictionless connectivity for any critical telco business today than ever. The pressure of network infrastructure to deploy the faster way and access the high bandwidth information is very immense. So to make the business impactful, we need some automated tools or digital or unified tool to give you the view of the network in a unified way. If you see at the global market size in 22-23, it's almost $4.9 billion US, which is going to almost double in next 4 years. So you can just imagine how the market of the telecom is exponentially increasing, and when it is exponentially increasing, we need the fiber play the major role. How and why? I'll explain you in the next slide. So here in this slide, it is showing you the different kind of ways why the fiber is getting utilized in the telecom network. I always say the fiber becomes the new veins or arteries of the telecom. The way arteries and veins are useful to transform the blood from the different parts of the body, in the similar way, the fiber is being used to transfer the data from one place to another place in a various way. The success of any digital transformation is rightly hinging on the fiber network. How the fiber is getting used? If you consider the 5G, 6G deployment, where the high bandwidth is required, you need the fiber. Right now, if you are planning for the FTTx, FTTB, obviously the fiber is an integral part of it. The enterprise business, where you require the high bandwidth or the dedicated bandwidth for the high value transactions, or maybe to high value the payment things, you require the fiber network at the back end. For the IoT deployment, also the fiber is important. And last but not least, the data center connectivity. The data center business is right now in the boom globally. So to connect the data center, you require some high bandwidth fiber network. So if you see this slide, everywhere you require the fiber, and fiber played the important role in overall telecom market in current scenario. Right now also, the people are joined across the world, and I'm sure you are hearing through some of the other fiber network only. But what are the challenges into the fiber network? So the fiber network having their own challenges. Now, the first and the most important part is to keep the inventory of the fiber network into the one place, which require the maximize efficiency and the management for the maintenance and to expand the network. The scalability is also one of the important factor. But which are the main challenges? The challenges is the fiber rollout is expensive. It could be the underground fiber or maybe the overhead fiber. The fiber itself, the rollout is very, very expensive. And again, it's time consuming. It's not like the wireless network where you deploy the 2 radios at the both ends and your link is up. Even though to deploy this 1 kilometer of fiber, it takes substantial time and the investment. Then there is another challenge of unplanned constructions. But the governments, there's an infrastructure expansion is going on everywhere. So there could be the road construction, there could be some new bridge construction in the area, and this is prone to distract your fiber. It cost to the fiber falls very frequently, and the network maintenance efforts is also costly. You need to deploy your field engineer, your FRT teams, your operation and maintenance team, your deployment team to keep this fiber network up and running. And the last but not the least, the challenge is, non-availability of a single digital tool. This is a traditional method that whenever there is a new capex come into the organization, it goes into the expanding your network. But no one is thinking initially to invest, to introduce a one tool which actually map your network. Why it is important? I will tell you in the next slide. But basically, these challenges are majorly belongs to the unavailability of the digital tool in your network. You really doesn't know where is your fiber network is, where the fiber cuts happens, where the new plan activities are going on. But there, the Lepton comes into the picture to help you out. Now, before going to the traditional and the digital transformations way, I want to give you the simple example of the money transactions. So maybe 25, 50 years back, when the money used to transact, it used to transact in a normal safe way, when there is no banking system is available. So whenever there is a cash comes in, it used to save into the normal safe. It could be your household safe, it could be your enterprise safe. All the cash is getting saved into the safe, and when the expenses need to be achieved, the cash is going outside the safe. But no one knows what is the current balance. Just imagine if the transactions, if the cash is getting in and cash is getting out, the frequency is very high. At that point of time, if some owner of the enterprise asks what is the current balance, no one knows what is the exact balance. What is the transaction records? What is the timestamp? It is like at what time, how much money get credited, how much money get debited. And the security is of most concern. No one knows who is having the access of the safe. Anyone can. The theft is the biggest concern. But when the digital transformation happens, after the introduction of the banks, all the process get digitized. The money get transacted in the cash flow, or maybe in the digital money, maybe via checks, or maybe online transactions. And when the money goes out, the money get debited. Again, it goes into the cash and even in the digital money. But the bank is the one who is actually helping you to find out what is the current balance in your account. What is the transaction records? You can simply download at any point of time what is the transaction records of your bank account. And then there is a timestamp. The security is the highest concern which bank is providing to all your customers. So all in all, this is a evolution of the banking system or the payment system. If I'll map the same thing with our fiber network, then this particular stage or the evolution comes into the picture. So traditionally, all the fiber planners, designer used to deploy the fiber. Whenever there is a capex come into the account, then everyone is hurry in deploying the fiber. They are using the traditional tool like Google Earth, maybe AutoCAD, the QGIS to map your fiber. But every regional planner, every regional engineer is mapping of their own fiber. And when the fiber is get utilized, again, that respective engineer and the respective owner of the tool is using mapping those fiber utilization into the respective tool. But the biggest challenge for the owner of the organization, the decision makers, is how much kilometer of fiber is deployed in the field. No one knows that. Who is building the fiber? I mean, obviously, we have the many partners, vendors, contractors who are helping us to deploying the fiber. But no one knows who has deployed which fiber at what time. No one knows the fiber utilization. And the biggest challenge is discrete format. Let's say if the planning team of 10 engineers are planning the network across the country, the data resides to all 10 engineers' laptop, desktops. So discrete formats is the biggest challenge. But here, after the digital transformation with the Lepton, you can achieve in the same way, the way we've seen in the cash transactions. The Lepton tool is helpful for you to do the plan, survey, designing of your fiber network. Whichever you survey, whichever you do the planning and design, you will do in Lepton. And in the similar way, the fiber is get utilized or get built on the field through the Lepton. So in this way, you at any point of time, you can find out how much kilometer of fiber is deployed in the field, who is the owner of the that fiber, who is the vendor of that fiber, how much fiber is utilized out of 96 core, how much cores are utilized, how much cores are empty. And then it's unified format. I mean, all the reports get extracted from the tool in a unified way. All the organization is using the same way. So this is basically the evolution of digital transformation you can achieve with the help of Lepton. Now I'll give you the quick introduction about the network access GeoSuite. So basically the name of the product is a network access. The geo stands for the geospatial or the GIS based, and the suite is basically because of it's a combination of the 3 different modules. So which are those 3 modules? The first one is the smart inventory. The smart inventory is useful for the plan, design, survey, inventorize your network. And I always say this is the heart of our tool because all the data get captured, resides into the smart inventory. Then there is the smart operations. The smart operation is a field force management tool, which is useful to maximize your field forces. It comes up with the mobile apps. The managers or the operation and maintenance head can assign your field engineer on the fly based upon the network failure comes into the picture. With based on the geolocation, based on the skill set, based on the availability, there are the many business logics are there in the smart ops. The smart ops is very handy module in terms of operation and maintenance. And the third is the smart service qualification. This is basically for your expanding your business. The sales and marketing team always eager to bring new customers on board, but they require some handy tool by which they can immediately know that if whenever the new customer comes into the picture, can we deliver this customer or not? So the smart service qualification is the module is used to check the end-to-end feasibility and give it the quick output on can you deliver this customer in terms of the feasibility. So to repeat, to revise, these are the 3 different modules of the network access GeoSuite. And as I said, smart inventory is the module which basically we will currently in the focus for this particular webinar. This is a typical life cycle of the fiber life cycle management and how these 3 modules are useful in the 3 different kind of the projects. So the smart inventory stands for SI. It's useful in the planning and design and the network build, where you can map your network asset, inventorization of your network asset, and then you can do the real-time build updates from the field. How you can do this is particular section which we are going to cover into this webinar. Smart Ops is for the operation and maintenance to track and manage your workforces on a real-time basis and very, very handy tool in terms of operation and maintenance. And the Smart Service Qualification is for the sales and business expansion, where you can check the network feasibility end to end, and then on top of it, you can expand your business exponentially. On the similarly optimize, I mean, in the sense of, let's say the new feasibility comes, new request comes, if you can deliver the customer, everything is green. But what if you can't? If you can't, then actually you can actually jot it down all those new customer requests, and wherever those requests we can't deliver because of your not network presence. So this will be the vital input for your planning team, where the planning team will take the inputs and will actually work on the network expansion on those non-feasible locations. So all in all, this slide basically explain you different phases of the network and how the network access GeoSuite is useful to cater the entire ecosystem of fiber lifecycle management with the 3 different modules. All these modules are plug and play. It is like you can start with the single modules and you can add up any other module whenever you require. But at the today's webinar, we are only focusing on the smart inventory, on how the smart inventory is useful for the survey plan design and then till the inventorization process. So I'm just stopping my webinar here, and the window is open for the first question answer session. So if you have any question answer, please go for it. I will be happy to answer it. And again, you will have the another session of the question and answer at the end of the session, where you can ask the other questions also. I will wait for a few seconds. If there is no question answer, I'll proceed further.
If you have any questions, please type into the Q&A box. We will address as many as we can.
Yeah, I think we should continue with our webinar, and let's wait for the question answer session for the at the end of the webinar. Okay, so I'll continue from here now. So let's come to the typical fiber ecosystems where the different stages are covered. The typical fiber lifecycle management start from the survey, plan, design, build, and inventory process. So this basically different stages as per process. So as per organization, as per the business logics, the organization do some strategic planning and gives the input to the planning team to expand the network into that particular area. That is the starting point for survey for the planning team. So once the survey done, it moves to the plan and design. There could be some iteration between the survey and the plan design process to create the final design plan. Then it goes to the approval. Then it goes to the network build, where the actual the network get built on the field. And then finally the network inventory, which become the single point of truth for any organization about their fiber network. And then finally the business expansion to bring the new customers on board. So basically, this particular process is covered through the smart inventory, and we will go into detail how step by step how all the stages being covered through the smart inventory module. So basically, the smart inventory module comes up with the web application and the mobile application, so you can actually access from anywhere, anytime. So let's come to the step 1, that is survey. So the smart inventory web and mobile application enable planning and survey team for seamlessly capturing the information directly from the field. So traditionally, there used to be some free mobile tools or some manual data capture, but you don't require anything into this survey stage if you're using the Lepton smart inventory. So the planner will give create one project for the new survey. It will create survey area and assign the timelines. It is like in next 2 days, we need to do the survey to the surveyor team. So the surveyor team on the mobile application will get the notification of the new survey area get assigned. The surveyor will take the mobile application of the smart inventory to the field. The mobile application is a native mobile app. So it will show you the live location of your current location of the surveyor, and from there he can start capturing the data. Firstly, he will acknowledge the task. He will accept that, okay, for this area, I need to do the survey. Then he can do the home passes or the building surveys. So it is like through the mobile app, the surveyor will capture actual information or actual location of those buildings or the home passes. It could be the SDU or the MDU. Along with that, he will capture the existing network also. So if the existing network is not available, where are the poles, where are the manholes, is there an existing fiber cable, he will capture all this information, and again it will submit it to the planner. So this is the survey process where basically planner and the surveyor can communicate through the Lepton Smart Inventory app. The basic advantages in the survey app is you can use any browser. The planner you can use, as a planner, you can use the Google Chrome, Mozilla, any standard internet browser in the market. The mobile application for the surveyor supports the iOS and Android both. It comes with the Google Maps, but it doesn't have any restriction to use the Google Map. You can use any kind of maps you want. The geofencing is there. So let's say if planner want to restrict surveyor to do the work into one particular area, then the geofencing feature is also available. The surveyor, apart from capturing the information, he can capture some images also. Images could be the location of the poles, the cabinets captures, or maybe some road crossing, or any important information which is important for the planner. He can capture the images. And obviously the entity creation option is also there for the existing network. Let's say he want to create some existing poles, existing manholes, the partners network, he can create. So in the survey, the surveyor will capture the new survey data plus the existing network survey data. So all the survey data will come to the planner in the Smart Inventory web application. The next stage is a plan and design. The planner will receive all the survey information in the web application. The project is already created. The survey has done his work on the field. With the help of in-building planning functionalities, the planner will do the nominal planning in the Smart Inventory web application. He can visualize the home passes location. He can visualize the building location. He can visualize all the existing network information being captured by the surveyor. He will do the nominal planning. The nominal planning is a first level of planning where the planner will do the planning based on the inputs. And then he will again forward it to surveyor for the field audit, because it is not always possible that whatever the network planner has planned will be always feasible on the field. So once the nominal planning is done, it will go to the surveyor. The surveyor will go to the field and he will check the nominal plan assigned by the planner. If there is any changes, he can make some changes. He will recommend to the surveyor, to the planner, and this process of the plan and design will get formalized in the maybe a zero iteration or maybe the multiple iterations. But this is again the communication mechanism of the planner and the surveyor through the Smart Inventory mobile and the web application to do the final plan and design. What is the advantages into this stage by using the Smart Inventory? The Smart Inventory enable planner to use the inbuilt network entity library. So network entity library consists of all kind of entities you can think of in the fiber network. It could be the fiber, splicer, ONT, ONU, building, location, poles, which there are almost 30 plus different entities are available. And when I'm saying entity, it comes up with the by default attributes. So for example, in terms of the fiber cable, how much core of the fiber it is, which cores are utilized, what kind of which make of the fiber it is. So all those attributes are already attached under the network entity library. Then there is a planning tools also, which are some of the planning tools which you can use it to do the nominal planning by the planner. The shortest routes, because there is a map interface, you can easily visualize which are the shortest route to connect to give the connection between the two entities. On top of it, the planner and the surveyor enables to get the reference of the existing network also. So planner do the nominal planning with the help of the new buildings, with the network entity, and with the existing network library, and do the nominal planning under the step 2, that is plan and design. Then third stage is the plan approval, because once the final plan has been done, there are if recommendations from the surveyor to make any changes into the plan, and finally the plan get finalized from the planner. What surveyor can do, the surveyor on the field surveyor will do the final plan verification. He will recommend any changes if it is required. If he will do the plan, if he suggest to the planner will reconsider the changes, and he will give a request for the approval from the management. So the management is basically the key decision maker who will induce the capex into it to deploy the fiber or do the network as per the plan. So the planner can raise the request for the plan approval towards the management. Management will check the final plan, the cost estimation, and then on the smart inventory itself, it will give the acknowledgement, or it will give the approved plan. So these are the three different kind of the advantages you will get the plan approval. The first one is the nominal plan audit. So surveyor will check the nominal plan audit. He will recommend any changes to be done. The planner will generate the BOM, the bill of material, how much entities to be used to cover this network. There is a cost estimation also. The smart inventory give the feasibility to configure the costing of each and every entity in terms of your local currency. So the cost is along with the BOM, there will be the BOQ also. The BOQ will help you to generate the cost of the network. That costing will be helpful for the management to approve the final plan as per their budget. And it also have the inbuilt approval mechanism. So it is not like you need to extract some plan or some reports from the inventory and then you have to send it across the mail towards the management. No. The planner will simply raise the request for the approval. The management will receive the notification into the smart inventory mobile app. Okay, this plan has been come for the approval. He will check the BOM, BOQ, and then he will revert with the approval, or maybe if I have any concern, he will discuss with the planner. But the final stage of this particular thing is a approval stage, where the management given the final approval of the plan which is designed by the planner. The next stage is the network build. Now survey is done, plan design done, the approval done. Now what is the next stage? The next stage is the network build as per the plan. So basically, post approval from the management, the project moves to the build phase, where the installation team and the partner will get assigned. So many of the organizations having their local vendors or the contractors or the partners who are doing the installation on behalf of them. So basically, the project teams comes into the picture. They will assign the team to the particular contractor or the vendor along with the final plan details. So the installation team also will have the access of the smart inventory web app as well as the mobile app. The installation team can just open the mobile with the help of mobile app. They can visualize what is the final plan of their fiber network and how the entities to be deployed onto the field as per the planning guidelines. So the installation team will start the as-built process, start the deploying of the network. So it's not a one-day activity. It is like at the segment of, let's say, the 2 kilometer of fiber network, it might take a day or two or maybe a week. So whenever they end the installation team ending the work at the end of the day, they can simply upload whichever the network has been created onto the smart inventory through the mobile app. So the mobile app through the mobile app is removing all the possibilities of paper transactions or the manual information transaction through the mail or email of the daily activity. The installation team through the mobile app will update all the network through into the smart inventory web app. The smart inventory web app will help you or the project team to keep tracking of your projects. The smart inventory will give you the visualization of the plan and as built also. So this is the particular thing which I was explaining about. So let's say there is a segment of 2 kilometer of fiber for day one, maybe a 200 meter of fiber get deployed. It will comes into the as built, and the rest of the network will visualize as a plan. So you can visualize plan as well as the as built in the same window. You can do the project tracking. So in terms of how much network has been deployed, where the network has been deployed by the which partner. So you don't have to calculate that, you don't have to maintain any Excel sheets or maybe some PPT reports. By simply logging into the tool, you can actually help you to get overall project tracking through our reporting and dashboard model. You can actually figure out the as built BOM BOQ. So the as per the deployment installation team deploy the network, finally they will generate the BOM BOQ. Now this BOM BOQ is also vital. In some of the cases, the material is over consumed or the material get under consumed. So this is a guideline can be defined to the installation team whenever your network get built. Before going to the actual invoicing of those their services, you have to update this information into the smart inventory and create the as built BOM BOQ. So with the help of this report, the project team will get to have an entire control on how much material has been deployed onto the field. And the last is the splicing information. Now, why the splicing? Because the splicing is one of the tedious job to maintain. But while deploying the network, the guideline can be defined to the installation team to do the splicing also. So it's very easy to download the splicing information of each and every tool, and any organization, it is important inputs in terms of how much your network is being utilized, right? So in this stage, with the help of the project team, installation team, the network is getting built through smart inventory only. Until now, we have never used any third-party external tool to manage the data. The last is the network inventory. After completion of the network build and the post audit, now let's say, the network is getting built, but it is not like that network is ready for the service. There are some checks or guidelines or the audits to be done by the project team before it is declared for the RFS, that is ready for service. So the project team will once in the step 4, when the network get built, the project team will initiate some audit process just to verify the network being visualizing in the smart inventory is actually available on the field or not. There are some audits, there are some acceptance tests. If there are any changes, if there are any punch points in the installation, they will raise to the installation team through the mobile app only, through the smart inventory app only. Then after completion of, or after the revising those changes by the project team, the final network gets stored into the smart inventory under the network inventory. So this is a final network which is useful for the business team, which is useful for the planning team, which is useful for any kind of team in the organization to get the access of the final network, which is ready for service in the network. So this is the final stage, and at this stage, we get the access of all the information in the single window. So which are the advantages? You will get the unified network view. It is not about the one particular segment. It is not about one particular city, or for that matter, for the multi-opco deployment, it is not only related with the respective country. You will get the unified view of entire network, maybe it divided into the multiple countries, multiple cities, multiple clusters, multiple localities. So you will get the unified view. You will get the end-to-end network association. So you can see the fiber is getting spliced with another fiber with the splicing information. You can see all the passive elements. You can see all the active elements where the racks are, which equipments are installed on which particular port the fiber is get connected. So you will get the end-to-end network association. You will have the access of this tool across the organization. So the way I said, it is not only about the planning, designing projects, our installation team. This information, it will be available all across all the organization, be it the sales and marketing team, be it the operation and maintenance team, be it the customer support team. And the log management, because of this is not like desktop tool, this is an inventory tool. The log management is also important. So the log management, where you can get all the transactions into the single window, which user has created which particular entity at what particular time, all those logs get stored, and all this information is secured enough to get the local audit inside your organization. So these are the 5 different stages which we have seen, starting from the survey, plan and design, network build, and network inventory. Until now, you have seen, I mean, there is no external tool is required without, apart from the Lepton Smart Inventory solution. So welcome to the advantages. So whatever we have seen, these are the quick recap of it. So basically, first thing first is a unified network access. So you can access the information from anywhere, anytime. It is not like the traditional tool where you need to access from particular desktop or particular workstation. You can access at any point of time. This information is accessible from any industrial web browser. And for the mobile application, it supports iOS and Android both. Then there is a map support. You can, the Google Map is pre-integrated along with the OpenStreetMaps also, but on top of it, some of the organizations require any standard map interfaces, then we can make available for that also. Very simplified process. You don't need to do the paperwork. No third-party tools required. Very user-friendly interface. We have delivering this tool from largest telco in the world to the smallest ISP in the world, and we are taking consideration of expertise of the field engineers. So we have developed this tool with the experience of the customer, and it is very user-friendly. You no need to have a detailed courses for it. The single point of truth for the organization, which is basically engrossing the multiple teams. So this tool is not only for the planning, but it is useful for the planning, installation, project teams, even the management or the decision maker, and even for the business users, be it the sales and marketing team. It comes up with the inbuilt workflows. So the inbuilt workflow mechanism is already there, where you must have seen, I mean, there is a survey process, then there is a plan design process, then there is an approval process, on as-built process, and an inventory process. So all these workflows are defined with the multiple milestone and the seamless data access. So it is like the data is centrally gets stored. Obviously, it comes up with the security, but if you want to download with the authorized access, with the authorized users can download inventory information at any point of time and can share this data with your subordinates or with your colleagues or whoever you want. And advanced feature, this tools comes up with the extensive IT security policies. We have almost received the IT security clearance from largest telcos who are having the big IT security teams, and this solution has been crossed those IT security milestones. It comes up with the OTP authentication also. So some of the users wants to, some of the implementation wants to give the access with the OTP, not only depend upon the username and password. So we can integrate with the OTP. The OTP will receive on their registered mobile address, and post that only they can log into the tool. Along with that, it can integrate with the Active Directory. So the Active Directory is nothing but your email list of your existing employees. So your existing employees, your authorized employees only can log into this tool. So those kind of authorized access we have into the tool. Email integration is possible. So we have integrated with the SMTP, the mailing servers, so that every notification you will receive over the email whenever the one milestone goes into the another milestone. So that kind of email integrations are available, so that you don't need to log into the tool every time. As a decision maker, you will go get that notification over the email. And the APIs availability. So we have some standard APIs available, which are useful to do the data transactions between the Lepton systems and other systems. The other benefits, this solution is in terms of the deployment, this solution can be deployed on premises, your own IT infrastructure, as well as it can deploy on a cloud also. So either it can be deployed on your own cloud, or if you don't want to do investment into your IT infra, and can provide you our own cloud services also. So we can give you entire package into the one. In terms of technical support, you will get access to the, by default, you will get access to our tax systems where you can reach out to our technical assistants for any query. We do have 24/7 support under the premium category. And also being the GIS organization, I mean, you can take the global tool in the world, but the biggest challenge is how to migrate the data. So we do consult our teams also on through our training programs on how to migrate the data from whichever the existing format you have to Lepton 2. And then the training services. I mean, we do have a different kind of training services offer. I mean, for the larger deployment where some customers want on-site or the classroom training. So we arrange that also either into their premises or in Lepton offices. Or we can, in the simplest way right now is online training programs we have, where we do provide the training videos and user manuals to help the users on how to use the tool. So these are the benefits, other benefits of the Lepton solution, not only the smart inventory, but for in terms of other smart other tools as well. So yes, this is the last slide. And before before going to the thanking you, these are the few customers. So we do present into the Vodafone, we do present into the MTN. Safaricom is one of the largest customer in Africa. So you can see, I mean, the Geo is the largest FTTx player in the world, who's exponentially increasing their FTTx customer, and we are glad to work with them here in India. But you can see there are ISPs like CP Cables, like there is a Tata Play Fiber, CFI, and then there are the infrastructure providers like IHS, and then there are a few government organizations like the Gujarat Fiber Grid. So essentially we are present in telcos, we are present in ISPs, we are present in infrastructure providers, and even we are helping the government organizations to help them into their digital transformation journey. So before saying thank you, I would like to visit the questions. I'm sure that you must have raised few questions. So let me answer that one by one. So yeah, so now the platform is open to write your question into the question answer box. Till that point, I will just try to answer the question which have been already raised. The first question is, how do you transfer the previous design done in the other softwares to Lepton? Does this software has interoperability with other software? So to answer this question, yes, we have we have migrated the data from the many available tools into the market, starting from the ArcGIS to the OSP Insight to the network engineer to the Connect Master. There are the many other tools. So we have that interoperability available, and it's not only about the tool, but we can assist you in terms of if you have some data in other formats, we can assist you to migrate that data also into our Lepton solution. Second question is, with survey, how do the software ensure that no harm pass is left out during the survey? And secondly, do the software factor is the buying power of homeowner, or this will still be determined by the surveyor in the field? So to answer your first question, with the survey, how do the software ensure that no home passes is left out during the survey? So basically, this particular stage can be achieved with the help of the planner and the surveyor. The surveyor do the survey, the data will come to the smart inventory tool. The planner can visualize over the map, and he can see the actual location of the home passes onto the map. It's a planner's jobs to find out which are the home passes are missing by visualizing the maps. So that is the one way, and that is the only way right now to do it. But as I say, that can be achieved with the help of surveyor and the planner's coordination. I'm sorry, your second question I did not understand correctly. The software factor is buying power of homeowner, or this still be determined by the surveyor on the field? So I'm sorry, I'm not able to understand this question. Maybe you can help me out to elaborate these questions. Charles? The next question is, how does the software accommodate changes that might occur during any of the FTTx stages? So basically, I mean, in this particular webinar, I have seen the plan, design, inventory, till the inventory for the new network. But let's say if there is any changes to be done into the existing network or any FTTx stages. So there are inbuilt workflows. Just like the installation workflow, there is a workflow for making changes into the network. So it's up to the planning, designing team. They can generate one workflow to make some modification into the network. That workflow will work as a task or the ticket. It will again assign to the respective team, be it the installation team or the service delivery or the service assurance team or the O&M team. The ticket will go to the those respective team mobile application. They will make those changes, and before closing that ticket, they have to make those changes into the system. So in that way, you can accommodate all the changes in the network in the different FTTx stages through the web and the mobile application coordination. Does Lepton have a spec project management of managing various FTTx projects running at the same time? Yes. Answer for this is yes. We do have the project management mechanism where you can create the multiple projects and you can assign to the various users, and you can do the actual tracking of that host. Yes, for the sales and marketing teams. Okay. Are the online training programs are free? So yes, obviously, I mean, it's free when you are going to do the opt for the annual subscription or maybe our solution. So basically, as I mentioned earlier, it will come into the entire package: the software, your cloud services, IT infrastructure, the deployment services, and obviously the training services. So rather than free, I'll say it is a part of overall solution or overall package which we deliver to our customer. Next question is, in a survey process, how many people can deploy at once in regards to license required? So okay, there are the two questions. I mean, in survey process, how many people can be deployed at once? So basically, this question is more or less towards the scalability of the product or the capability of the product and how many concurrent users can be handled by the software. So I'll give you the example of the deployment of this application here in India. So right now, this application being used by almost 15,000 field engineers at one go in India. So that is the capability of this tool. Only you need to upgrade your IT infra as per your concurrent users and as per your network footprints. But in terms of the what you can say, the limit, there is no limit as such for the concurrent users to be accessible for this application. And yes, to answer your second question in regards to the licenses, yes, every user will have the separate license for that, because this is an inventory tool, this is a planning tool. So every user have some official database into the systems, and to get some log management, to get these things, for that matter, we have the different licenses required for every users into it. To extend that, the one user license can be used by the single session only. Charles, I'm sorry you haven't answered my first questions. Which question I'm not sure you are referring to. Maybe you can please type that question, and I'll try to answer that. Can it show the real-time updates of the fiber cut? That is where it shows the location of the cut. Now, this is also a good question, Charles. So we have the API capability to integrate this solution with RFMS solution. So basically the fiber cut sensing mechanism, it is required the RFMS system in the place, the remote fiber monitoring systems. So that system basically sends where the fiber cut happens. So if that system is in the place in your overall ecosystems, we can integrate Lepton solution with the RFMS system, and with the help of the integration, the Lepton solution will visualize you where the fiber cuts happen over the map, and it doesn't stop over there. It will actually create the ticket and will assign that ticket to the nearest field engineer or the FRT engineer who will resolve that ticket. So that extended mechanism is also there, but this can be achieved via integration of the RFMS system. Can you customize the software based on my requirement? The question from Julius. Yes, absolutely. So if your requirements, if there are specific requirements which is required to achieve as per your business logics, yes, we can definitely help you to customize the software as per your own business need. Along with the planning, can we also draft into this software, or do we need to use some other CAD software? No. You don't have to use any other software. It is like once the network has been generated, there are reports which you can download in terms of the PDF format, JPEG format, PPT format, KML format. You don't need any kind of software. So all our users which are using our tool, they have removed the using of the CAD or any kind of that tool from the ecosystem after using the solution. We do have the standard kind of reports, which is you can simply download after building the network and can share over the users. So no need to use any third-party tool, or for that matter CAD. So Rosabel, how do you track the projects? And can you link the Lepton to other software, example Microsoft project or Zoho projects? So how do you track the project? So as I mentioned, there is a project management functionality where you can create the project and you can assign that project to the respective group of users, be it the planning team, be it the installation team, and the tool will help you to get the exact status of that project. There is a functionality where you can extract the project reports in terms of the integration of the Microsoft project and the Zoho project. So we have not done yet, but we can definitely explore this particular requirement on based on the use case. I mean, which kind of information you want to transact, we can help you to do that. But the project management module is there to create the projects and to manage the projects. Rajendra, is NI capable of capture the physical as well as logical inventory? Yes. So it's not NI, it's SI, smart inventory, and it's capable of capturing your physical passive information, your active information, as well as your logical information. Julius, can software document core assignment details per core? Absolutely yes. So being the fiber inventory tool, the tool will visualize you which are the, I mean, how much core of the fiber it is. There is a functionality that you can click on the one particular view, it will give you all the 96 core view, and you can assign each and every core to the different customers or maybe to different use. So the tool will give you all the core assignments. It will give you how much core are the vacant, how much core is utilized. If it is utilized, it is utilized to which particular entity. So all detailed core assignment and information is available into the tool. Next question is, we didn't have chance to see how your tool looks like an end user, PC or mobile. Is it possible? So for that, definitely you have to reach out to us. Post that, we will share you the mail, and we will be glad to arrange one demonstration on how the tool is look like in terms of the web and the mobile. But as a part of webinar, we are currently focused on how the tool is useful in your overall business processes. To see the actual tool, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to have the demo with you. Regarding the migrating the information from one tool to Lepton tool, taking into consideration your experience so far, how much effort has to be put in? It is a very lengthy process. What would you say in average time you take? So this is a very what I can say, the relative question. I am saying relative in terms of it's totally depend upon how you have maintained your database. So let's say if your database is maintained in the geo references, all the current existing database having some geo references, then we have the uploader tool utility where you can basically you can upload all the data into the bulk. So let's say if you have the 2000 polls information available into the Excel sheet. So just to give the example, to upload the 2000 of polls into the smart inventory tool in a one go, it will not take more than 3 minutes. So that much fast it is. So as per our last process, if the data is available into the GIS format, then to transfer, let's say 10,000 kilometer of fiber, it should not take more than 2 weeks sampling. So that much fast it is. We have the uploader tool utility available. How does Lepton assist in monitoring the network being built to ensure the standard operating procedure are being adhered to? So basically, Lepton will give you the Lepton enable you to define the SOPs. So there is with the help of the workflow, with the help of the ticketing the systems, the any organization can utilize the Lepton tool based on their own guidelines. So you can define the SOPs, like, I mean, when the planning is done or when the survey is done, then the surveyor, before sending any email notification or maybe sending any communication, they have to update all the information into the mobile app and they have to close that ticket. So to answer your question on the SOPs, we are enabling you to define the SOPs. It's up to the every organization how they follow those SOPs. But yes, to the inbuilt workflow is there, inbuilt ticketing system is there, and even with the help of the email integration, SMS integration, you can achieve all these things through the Lepton tool. Can you do this software export import design to AutoCAD and which other formats? Okay, the export and import available formats are, as I mentioned, CSV, XLS, KML, KMZ. Even we can export into the AutoCAD, then the JPEG, PPT, PDF. So these are the different kind of formats through which you can export the report. And similarly, all the GIS format in the terms of the import, you can import the CSV, XLS, KML, KMZ, tab, shape. So these all the formats are available to import the data. Okay, and for those using Lepton, how do you ensure that WaveLive can be applied using the system to the third party who need to project a route design? For those using Lepton, how do you ensure that WaveLive can be applied using system to third party who need projected route design? So I'm sorry, Rosabel, somehow I'm not able to understand your question, but if you're saying that, I mean, if you want to give restrictions to your partners or your third party contractors to restrict that area or that projected route design, so that facility is available. As I mentioned, if you can recall my geofencing mechanism, so the geofencing is there where you can actually restrict your third users to visualize onto that to get the access of that route only. If your answer is if you're not answered, please ask the question again. Is versioning and the scenario supported during the network planning stages? Yes, it supports. Last is, can the tool also keep the track of fiber cuts and other fiber maintenance activities? So basically, I mean, I answered this question. The fiber cuts can be achieved. So there is a mechanism you can actually map the fiber cuts. So one thing is by integrating with the RFMS tool, so through which you can actually integrate and do the real-time tracking of the fiber cuts. But let's say if it is not there, then the tool has a capability to capture the location of the fiber cuts manually into the tool. So through that, or we can do the automation also. So you can simply upload all the fiber cut location of, let's say, the past week, past 1 month, and the map will show you the fiber cut location happened into the last 1 month. And other fiber maintenance activity where the mobile application will enable you to capture the maintenance activities. Maybe the infrastructure deployment is going on, the road expansion going on. So they can create those alerts through the mobile apps, and the team will know, okay, into this particular thing, the fiber maintenance activity is going on. On top of it, the tool generated maintenance activity, all this tracking will be done, activities will be tracked under the workflow management process. So I believe I tried to answer you all the question. If it is not, please, there is no question left. So you can always reach out to Lepton. I hope this webinar is helpful for you to at least to get idea on how the using the Lepton solution you can actually cover all your planning to inventory stages. and then there is no need of any third-party tool. So thank you again. Thanks for all the attendees to participating in this webinar. I hope this webinar is helpful for you. And please reach out to Lepton for scheduling the demonstration of the tool, where we can actually showcase you how the tool will help you to do the actual process. So thank you very much again. I hope there is no question. We can conclude that, Nancy.
Thank you all for your participation and excellent questions. Hope you found today's session valuable and informative. And a big thanks to you, Satyajit, for sharing your expertise with us. It was really a great webinar and a very busy Q&A session. So, and if any one of you have further questions or would like to know more about Lepton and Lepton solutions, please feel free to reach out to us and book a demo with Lepton. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.